Hi, my name is Four, and welcome to the Love in Focus, the podcast for mums where we explore, discover, build community with our only child. Let's get going. Okay, you know what I mean. Let's start with the program. Oh my goodness. Facebook. Yes, you're wondering what is this lady going on about Facebook? Okay, so here it is. When I am meeting new mums and I tell them here is how I make new connections. I'm looking at Facebook. I'm going on the events page. So you should, if you have a profile, you should for starters, Google if you don't have a Facebook page, a profile, and not everybody does, and that's okay. And if you would like one, just Google or YouTube how to create a Facebook account. So that's your first step if you don't have one. It's very simple, just go there and do it. The second step is once you have your account, you're going to look up on the event page. Now you're like, how do I do that? Google or go on YouTube how to find the event page on my Facebook page. And the reason why I say that to you, Mum, is because you want to see the local events that are happening in your community. And you might find things like, it doesn't sound very good. But here's the thing, you got to step out of your comfort zone. And I'm not saying you have to do something dangerous. For example, there was someone had started a walking group in my community for mums. And I'm like, walking. And I think that time Olivia was like 2.5, 3. And I'm like, but I reminded myself, I want to meet new mums and I want to make new connections. So I could just try it. I just try it one time and see how it goes. And so what I did was I reached out to the mom who was organizing it and I said, what time? All that detail is already on the page, but sometimes things change. And depending who's running the Facebook group or that event, they might not have time to update that page. So I always like to contact that person who is running the event personally. Send them a message or an email, or if they have a phone number and you feel comfortable texting them or calling them, I would just recommend you to speak to one-on-one so you know exactly, so you have a fair idea what to expect. So you got a Facebook page. So this with this walking group, I asked her what time it started and how long the walk is going to be. And also, are there going to be bathrooms close by? Because Olivia, at that time, we just started, using the potty. I think we're potty training her already, but, kids, they say they already went to the bathroom. And then as soon as you get to the location, they need to go again. So here's a good tip. Another mum said, hey, take with you in the car a travel seat potty. And so we would take it everywhere in our car. And if Olivia needed to go to a bathroom and there was nothing there, I would just pull out, just get that travel seat potty, go in a corner somewhere that's private out in somewhere, go to a potty and just dump the pee. Luckily, she never had to poop, but pee, throw it out in the grass. And then I always had some spray, sanitized spray. It was sprayed down, clean it, whatever, and put it back in the car. So that's a little tip for you, because I was like, I am not, no way. I mean, unless your child doesn't mind going out in the bush. Olivia, she was like, I'm not, no, I need to sit on something. And I try to use my arm, like, sit and I'll hold you. She was like, no. She was always comfortable with a travel seat potty. Whatever works for you and your child, then do it. So getting back to the story of doing something different. And so I went out, contacted the mum. I tried this walking club and it was only for 40 minutes. And I met two mums and it was new and they were very kind. And I got to know one of them a little bit more. I realized that her and I had similar friends. And so just making the connection through that was fun. And I only did that one time. Now, here's the awesome thing about this mum. Had I not gone and tried this new walking group, I'm I wouldn't have met these two ladies, and then eventually getting to know one of them a little bit more. And so every now and then I'll see this lovely mom at other places, and we'll say, "Hi, how are you?" And that's what I mean. If you see something on Facebook and you're like, you know what, I'm not interested in that, I encourage you to look beyond that. You are wanting to connect and build meaningful friendships. And sometimes it's going to just take you to do something a little bit different. Now, see, walking, that was a little bit different. If you're asking, do I want to skydive with other moms? I'm not at that place yet. So that's not something I would sign up. Now, if you're a mom like, hey, I want to do that, or I mean, like, hands, I'm clapping, like, hands, my hands are clapping. I'm like, that's lots of love to you. That is not, that is like, I really would have to, like, whew, just work myself way to get there. So take small steps that's going to help you achieve your goal to meet other mums, because that is why we're all here. We're in a new place, or you've been in this location for some time and you're wanting to make meaningful connections. And so that is a small step. You're looking at Facebook, and if you don't want a Facebook account, you say, that's something, I had an account many years ago and I just don't want to. My next encouragement is a coffee shop or a tea shop or a clothing shop. Somewhere you can see, because, and I don't know if clothing stores have a bulletin board. That's why, from my experience, I'm like, you'll say at the marketplace, somewhere where there's community notices that you can get access to. And then I would stop and have a look, and I would say, hey, there might be something there. It might be like a story time, and it might be like a book club. Like, you may not like the author. And like, well, why would I go to that place? I don't know. Maybe there might be like a mom group that's reading about a book, and you're like, ugh. But if you just go that one time, and I mean, it's not going to be about a book that's going to put you to sleep. Because then they're going to say, well, why are you here? Did you find the book interesting? And this is where you got to dig deep. You can either tell them, well, I didn't really come here for the book. I just came here because I just wanted to meet people. And they might like say, okay, they're not going to like, wow. You don't know until you step out. So I always encourage moms who are, in a new place, you got to step out and just have fun. Laugh, if just enjoy it and laugh about it. And so if you're like, well, I don't want to go to a coffee shop. I don't even like coffee. I don't even like going to town. Well, here's another thing. You must shop like your local grocery shop or your farmer's market. You could ask them. If it's a small town, I'm telling you, as many times as I've watched, certain TV shows and movies, if it's really small town of 200 or 300 people, they already know you. They pretty much already know you while you're there because someone told someone. And so they know that you are looking for connection. So all you have to do, Mama, is say, right, what is there to do in this community? And they will tell you. Yeah. So that's a good thing about if you move to a large community, whatever that large number is for you, and move to a smaller community, because everything's relative in the numbers. So, and then they're like, well, everybody knows I'm looking for something to do and what activity. And so you can just ask them, what do we do around this town? My child and I were looking for something like this. So that is it. Facebook. a coffee place or tea place or farmer's market, you can ask someone. Remember, you're looking for somewhere where there are community notices. And on Facebook, you're looking at the local events for that is around your hobby. And it could be anything, or you're trying something new. And you're like, well, I don't really know. Remember, you're going to step out, just take one small step, and hopefully it'll fit into your schedule, because right now, depending on the age of your child and your schedule, it might not work out. So maybe it might be something for next month. You might say, okay, well, there's no way, but next month I have transportation. I can take myself, my child here. And this is really more for me. So this is about you building your connection first and just meeting new mums. And then later on, you might say, okay, now I'm going to look for something for me and my child. So I would just recommend focusing on one thing at a time. Otherwise, it's not always going to be, I wish it was that you find the right activity with the same mums who are like minded like you. I mean, that has happened, but most times I'm going to say it's not. It's either this activity is for your child, and depending if on your personality, and you just go in there and get in there with the mums, you know, and it just gels, and you have the other mum there who has that hospitality gift, and she just makes you feel welcome, and she's the connector of the group. That is who I pray that you find someone. And then remember, as you are trying to find someone to connect you with other people, I pray that you are also, I encourage you that you are the connector, because when I'm talking to other mums and groups, whether join a Facebook group and I try something new, I'm always looking out for that other mum who looks like she hasn't interacted with anyone. She's a bit shy, or she just doesn't know, she's new. And I bring her in the group, because I was that mum with the one child. I know what it's like. And we're all here, we all know what it's like to not have people around us, and it can feel a little bit lonely, feel a little bit awkward. So just remember, and she'll remember you, and she'll be so thankful and say, hey, thank you for saying hi or hello. And you're like, yeah, I know what that feels like. Boy, I've been in your shoes too. So there, farmers market. I'll say it once again. The library, always. The Facebook group, and or I said the farmers market, didn't I? So those are the things. If there's nothing that I've mentioned, said, well, I've tried all those things. The next one I would definitely say is online. Now, the Facebook doesn't have to always be the one you're connecting with. You can connect with other people on podcasts online, and there's so many other groups. You can just literally type in groups to join, and just type in your hobby online. You type in your interests. But in order for people to come to you, you got to go to them. Because here's the thing. I always tell my husband, like I do, I say all the time, if you want to if you want to have a friend, you got to be a friend. Yeah. Meaning, how you got to be a friend. It takes time. It takes time to invest in other people, and it can be inconvenient because, moms of one, husbands are working full time. We're in a new community. We are helping our child to establish new friends. We're helping them, and we're pretty much entertaining them. Like they say, watch me, watch me, watch me. Like, that's another episode altogether. And then we're cooking, we're cleaning. I mean, independent, we're doing other things that I haven't even mentioned about. So it is a lot. So that's why I say mums with an only child. I don't know what is our acronym. Awesome mama. We are awesome. As you are living your life, take time and just I want to let you know that I see you. I've been where you are. I have walked similar steps, and I know it takes um it takes a lot of time, but it's worth it once you find that one friend. And you say, well, I don't want a lot of friends. I just want one or two. And that's okay. Whatever meaningful friendships for you that is for your life right now, I just say you can do it. You're an awesome friend, but you got to step out and maybe Facebook might be the one, or go to those other places that I haven't mentioned before. Okay, just letting you know, remember, you are such a wonderful mom. You're doing the best you can with the time that's given. Take time for yourself, whatever that looks like. Be kind to yourself. God bless. Bye.